You know what's actually wild to think about? This stuff that we're seeing right now on screen, technically, sort of, is still canon in the Dark Ether version of zombies. I mean, I say still canon. It was never canon previously, so it's not that it's still canon. It's newly canon thanks to Vanguard. Vanguard zombies brought the Chaos story into the Ether story, and I still haven't actually applied any mental capacity to thinking about why that's possible or where the hell that's gonna go, but it's a thing. So this lot having their little moment here in this little cave and then heading on straight into what we're about to do, the gladiator pit itself. For some reason, that's part of the Dark Ether Zombies story. Such a weird thought, right? I gotta say, it's really weird. Oh, Jesus, they spawned in fast. It's really weird jumping in and playing 9 right now. Like, I've not played this map in so long because I try and avoid playing zombies too much. Like, obviously, I'm a zombies YouTuber. Oh, my keybinds are wrong. Oh, God, the menu is so... Ugh. Testing. That's better. So, yeah, obviously, I'm a zombies YouTuber, so, like, this is my job, but that means that I'm playing the mode like constantly when new stuff comes out and like I can't get away from it, right? So I really try and limit the amount that I actually play the game just to keep it fresh and exciting when I am playing. And today is one of the days where I'm making a little exception to that. I'm playing some old zombies content today because it's the 5th birthday of Black Ops 4, which is so weird to think about. And I'm gonna be honest, when I sat down to record this video, or rather I stood up to record this video, I booted up Black Ops 3, just sort of absent-mindedly. It was already on my PC. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll boot up Black Ops 3, right? And I spawned into Shadows of Evil, and I started talking about Shadows, and I was like, it's crazy, Shadows is 5 years old today. And then I was like, wait a second. Shadows is 8 years old this year, which is such a scary thought. Like, Black Ops 4 being 5 years old is terrifying in itself. Shadows being 8 years old. Shadows of Evil is nearly a decade old. Shadows still feels like recent history to me. 8 years. I mean, people say as you get older that you kind of gradually find over time that individual days just rush past and months feel like they disappear in the blink of an eye. And scarily, I think that that's pretty legit. I think that's happening to me. And that's scary, man. I mean, like, something I have really experienced this year is that, like, my body, not to get, like, TMI real quick, but just the way that my body behaves. Let's buy the escargot. Why not? Is it called the escargot? Yes, it is. Okay, I remembered. It's just not been working the way it used to do. And I'm not that old, but, like, the health conditions that I've had this year that have been, like, ongoing, that have been so frustrating, have that kind of feel about them that they could just end up being related to age. You know what I mean? Like, I've had this throat condition for over a year now. I still don't know why. Still don't know what it is. Doctors can't figure it out. It's just a sore throat all the time. It drives me insane. Makes it really hard for me to record YouTube videos. I've had an issue with my back for the last sort of month. The past couple of weeks, I've had insane amounts of tooth pain, more than any tooth pain I've ever had in my life. I basically need my wisdom teeth out. That's probably going to happen soon. I might record some content once I'm high on those wisdom tooth drugs, seeing if I can like explain the zombie storyline or something. I feel like that would be a pretty funny video, but that's been happening. I've had this like weird sports hernia thing that seems to have come from me going to the gym, but it's just like a little bit confusing. We don't really know what the situation is. Like, there's just so much stuff that's been going on, and I'm like, I miss not having like 5 ongoing health problems at the same time. Like, what's the deal, dude? It's not fair. I know this insta-kill obviously does absolutely nothing while I'm Bowie knifing, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. So that's been a joy, just sort of getting used to the fact that, yeah, you're not 15 years old playing Kino der Toten for the first time anymore, and as a result, you're gonna start falling apart, dude. Like, the passage of time it goes kind of crazy, you know what I mean? It's like, it kind of slaps. I always thought this room was really cool. Not to go on a little bit of a tangent here, but I just love the aesthetic change from being in this corridor and really feeling like enclosed and feeling like this is very claustrophobic, and then getting to here and just being like I can smell this room. It smells of like mint. And then you go through here and it's, oh yeah, this bit. Like, I haven't played 9 in so long. I'm like, oh yeah, this part of the map. That's crazy. Also, this is such a room. Don't you agree? This is a room right here. This is good. This is good stuff. Like, in terms of zombies map design, I approve of this room. I think it's really neat what they've done with this one. What's this? I don't want that, actually. I'm good. This has quite a lot of ammo in its magazine. That's pretty... Damn. Yo, am I an escargot fan now? Like, this thing's kind of kind of goes on for a little while. I'm liking it. Obviously, again, I've got a Bowie knife. Might as well use the damn thing. But okay, I like it. Cool. You know what? I might be able to get that nuke. Is it gone? Yeah, it's gone. Okay, no worries. Also, I've got to say, one thing that Black Ops 4 did not need to do is remove the best movement system we've ever had in zombies from Black Ops 3, in which you can chain your slides together. So I could zoom around like this, and then I could slide and then do that and not lose momentum. Like I could just endlessly be sliding instead of this awkward ass, like it slows you down and it doesn't really work. And just the slide in general is like, it's just wonky. There was no need. There was no need for them to get rid of that. No need at all. It was one of the best things that ever happened to zombies, in my opinion, that addition. And I miss it dearly every single day. So as much as I'm coming in here right now and I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool and stuff, it is also pretty wild to think this just never went anywhere. Like all this stuff, like you've got all these symbols, which obviously we translated, and I'm sure there are little sentences here about some stuff that just doesn't matter anymore in the story. But it's really, really sad to think about in a sense that for so long in the zombies sort of canon, and by canon I don't mean just the, oh wait, there's a tiger. I forgot there were tigers. That's such a cool thing as well. Like to go from hellhounds to friggin' hell tigers, that's good stuff, dude. But what I mean by the zombies canon is the experience of being a zombies fan. Like I'm not strictly speaking about the zombies story. I'm speaking about the story of the mode, like the history of the mode. Within that, it always felt through the entirety of the story like, oh geez, that got sketchy very quickly. Holy moly. It always felt like if stuff came out in zombies, then it was canon. It had that air to it, right? This feeling that the zombie storyline, no matter how crazy it got, no matter how weird and wild it got, we would always have consistency ultimately through that story by the hard work of the devs, like making it work, making it right. Whether they needed to introduce multiverses, whether they needed to kind of slightly retcon stuff by giving us new complete sort of frames of reference of what was actually going on. Like hell, they could have just leaned into, yeah, let's make everything a dream on this map or something. Like they could have absolutely done that and I wouldn't have been that mad, because ultimately it felt like that was Treyarch's duty. Treyarch's duty was to keep it cohesive even in the moments where it felt like it was impossible. And Chaos, sadly, was just evidence of the fact that that actually could just not be the case, and instead we might end up in situations where we get a load of story stuff and then it just stops. It just ends. It goes nowhere. It ceases to be, which is terrifying really, because both from the perspective of a fan, but then also even more so from my perspective as someone that's like building a business in this space, right? Like a lot of my business revolves around the storyline content that I make. And for me to get invested as someone that's loving it as a fan, or as someone more deeply invested in that regard, to have it just end or just stop or cease, and them to just be like, yeah, I mean, I guess it was an experiment that's just over now. Like that's terrifying. Could you just not? Stupid zappy boy. Good. Okay, I got the zapper. Shield part. Thank you. Now then, do I want Dying Wish? Don't know. I would like a shield part though. Is there another shield part around here? I can't remember where any of those spawns are. Actually, I vaguely can't remember. It's where I remembered. Let's go. Dude, I remember making the guide. That's another weird thing about zombies for me. I have like made so many guides over the years. Like obviously I'm one of the guys for zombies guides, if not the guy for zombies guides, right? Like that's much of my shtick, is the whole no nonsense thing. And I can't remember how to do anything in these maps because again, I play the map so intensely for 48 hours. Hey buddy, how's it going? Yeah, we're not going to do that actually. We're going to be friendly to each other, okay? We're going to be courteous. I've got plenty of Bowie knife time left, so like, I'm not scared of you, bro. Yeah, no worries at all. We're chilling. We're so chilling right now. See? Life is good, dog. You don't need to chill out. What? Oh, what the hell's hitting me? Oh, hello. Where did they come from? Woo! A little bit of a commando lunge there. Jesus. But yeah, much of the stuff that I can remember about the mode is really heavily tied to the guides I've made. Like I had to think about making the guide just then, and then I remembered where that shield part was. Like that's the wrong way around, but hey, if it works, it works. But yeah, just the sort of cessation of certain things in the story is something that's always made me really sad. And I think that in hindsight, I think a lot of people find it unfortunate that the Chaos story didn't continue, because in hindsight, they really enjoyed it. And a lot of people speak about that pretty often. Where's the gong in here? This one's just 3 tigers, right? Yeah. Easy peasy. Okay, not 3, 4. But it's not even just like Chaos itself. It's just like anything. It's like material that Treyarch have put loads of time into, then eventually not being relevant anymore. I don't know why I knife it every single time. Well, I do. Shang. Oh, hello. It's just... it's sad ultimately because there's so much content here and so much canon here that has, I guess, disappeared from the canon, if that makes sense. Although apparently it's back now. Also, I really think we should just spend a moment appreciating how intense the overall kind of atmosphere is on this map. Like, this is so stylized, and if we compare this to, for example, some of the stuff that we got during Vanguard, or to be honest, even during Cold War, I think some stuff in Cold War did end up feeling pretty kind of generic. I mean, the sort of joke, if you like, is that Cold War is a map where you go from facility to facility to facility to facility. Like, you start off and you're in Morasko, Poland, or wherever it is, and you're in a facility, right? And then you go to Firebase Z, and I mean, it's textbook facility behavior. And then you go to Mauer, and what do you know? It's just like another facility. It's got more of an aesthetic that's sort of more pronounced, I think, in Mauer. And then you get Forsaken. And again, Forsaken has an aesthetic, but overall, I think it's fair to say that it's a pretty generic one. It's just overall a place where there's maybe some sort of researchy vibes going on, and that's kind of that. Also, I can't remember. What do I do to get my reward from the crowd here? Do I do this? Oh, no, it's the bowl, right? This bowl? No, that's challenges. Oh. I guess I got my reward. It's pointless to me. You know what? Let's end the round. This is never going to work. I always do this, dude. This is such a zombies player experience, I feel like. The power-up spawns in, you're like, okay, I'll end the round so I can use my hammer on the zombies in the next round. But then by the time the next round starts, the hammer's already going away, so I need to put my hammer away just so I can pick it up. Like, foolish. I'm a fool. Anyway, let's go back down to Pack-a-Punch, shall we? I mean, I don't have money for it, so maybe I can hang out here a little bit longer, actually. Why not? Ooh, hello. Easy peasy, puppy. Calm down. So Cold War, like, very facility-based, right? Like I was saying. Whereas on this map, ooh. Oh, that I could make use of. Where's the nearest? Maybe in there? I'm going to let this tiger come a little closer. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Okay. I think there's one right here. I think. I'm wrong. Maybe it was the other side. Okay, close enough. I'm keeping the escargot. Sorry, kitty. What are you looking at, dog? Or rather, cat. Give me another spin. What a cursed weapon, dude. One more spin, one more spin, one more spin. Nice. I mean, I keep this. This is a decent weapon. Yeah, I'll be keeping this. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ. So yeah, you look at those sort of facility maps, and especially Vanguard. I mean, Vanguard literally just ended up reusing stuff over and over again. So it's the worst offender for this. And also the stuff that it's reusing wasn't even very good looking, I didn't think. I think a lot of the Vanguard maps kind of look like ass, to be completely honest. Like, the art direction in that game was really not something that I was keen on. I just didn't vibe with it at all. Didn't really feel like Treyarch to me. It felt just, ugh. Not great. But if we look back at Black Ops 4, which obviously is a game that was controversial at best, many people think that this game sucked. Many people nowadays look back on it more fondly, I'm sure, and I see that on Twitter and stuff all the time. But the aesthetic of this is so realized. Like, they leaned in so heavily. Whoever was art directing this map, I don't know who the specific art director was. I know that the kind of lead on the map, the overall, like, lead producer, I guess, was Estelle, I think her name is. But she was lovely. I met her a couple times in person. She was really, really nice person, and also just killed it with this. Again, I'm pretty confident it was her, because I remember her telling me about, like, even just, like, the tigers in the map, there being a whole thing around that. I don't know, it's been a long time. Eat my snails. Are you still alive? No, you're dead. Good. Rest in peace. But they killed it, dude. It's the sort of pinnacle, honestly, of a sort of aesthetic realization of an idea. Like, Black Ops 3 did a very good job of it. Don't get me wrong. I think that Black Ops 3's map design... How do I get in? There we go. Black Ops 3's map design and overall aesthetic, like, Shadows of Evil is such a good example of this. Shadows is glorious in its overall realization of that idea, right? It does such a good job. Do I have to press a button here, or does it just do it? They just sink into the ground or something? There we go. Cool. Thank you. I want to Pack-a-Punch the snail. Oh, wow. Have I not activated the Pack-a-Punch 5 times before in this game? How is that possible? Excuse me. Excuse me. Coming through. Thank you. Wait, what is... It's not hit scan anymore? It's like... Well... This is so weird. What a strange weapon. Oh my god, it's so inaccurate as well. What the hell? Eh, I mean, it does the job, I guess. I'll take it. While I'm here, I'm just going to pap this as well. Just, why not? It really doesn't hurt. Yummy. Thank you. That's better. hit scan. But yeah, you look at Black Ops 3 and like, yes, absolutely. Like Der Eisendrache, a vision that they realized very successfully. Gorod, same thing. Like I'm not taking away from anything in the map design on those maps by any means, but I just think that in Black Ops 4, they leaned into it in maybe a bit more of a cartoony way, which I think some people probably don't like. But in hindsight now, again, just thinking about like where we ended up with Cold War and where we ended up with Vanguard, like I think I prefer the sort of almost kind of campy, cartoony vibes that you got here, just because it's the most blaringly different to that future, more homogenous, more kind of sterile vibe that you get with some of the more modern stuff that Treyarch design. And I mean, Modern Warfare Zombies is a perfect example of this. Modern Warfare is the most generic looking map design you will ever see. Map design is maybe the wrong word, actually, just the most generic looking art direction, period. Like the Modern Warfare aesthetic, but in zombies, just doesn't look good to me. And it's something that I really worry about actually a little bit, because the Modern Warfare engine just looks a certain way, and that's okay, right? A lot of people really love how Modern Warfare 3 looks, I think. But if we get a Black Ops 5 or 6 next year, and that Black Ops game has the Modern Warfare engine, which it will do, like just categorically, we're going to be on the Modern Warfare engine now forever. Like there is no more Treyarch engine. I'm pretty confident of that. But it's going to mean that like no matter what Treyarch do, it's still going to kind of keep feeling like this Modern Warfare stuff. What's that, guys? Dude, I want to kill all these zombies so I can find out what that strange, mysterious pink coin is. Get out of the way, bro. I've got Easter egg hunting to do. Okay, that was super satisfying, I've got to say. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. Look at that. It's round 13, bro. It's taken so many bullets to kill a zombie. Or so many, I don't know, spears? What am I firing right now? Little barbs? Strange. But yeah, so guys, what do we think? What do we think this is? What could this possibly mean? What could that be, guys? What do we do we have any ideas? Whoa. That's crazy. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think is the next step of that Easter egg, guys? So anyway, yeah, compared to the newer stuff, like this, like look at this, it's so freaking cool, man. Oh god, I'm gonna die. And I think in hindsight, in terms of the Chaos story, I think that there's a lot that I really didn't like. Like transparently, I think that the 4 main characters for the Chaos story were not written in a way that made it particularly easy to like them. Also, I have all the shield parts, right? Do I have all the shield parts? Yeah, why don't I just build the shield? Isn't that a crazy idea? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh boy. No fire, please. Thank you. No fire, no fire, no fire. Thank you. So the shield is this way, I think? It's behind here, right? And then it's like at the back left. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I remembered something. That's good. Buildy, shieldy. Thank you. Oh my god. What was that? Thank you. Brazen Bull. Hello. Can I have some free stuff? Okay. That I will be using next round, thank you. Is the round going to change? Are you the last thing? Nope, there's more. Where are they? Bro, I did it again. I literally predicted it. It's going to be like useless now. I'm going to get like 3 kills with this thing. Let's just pull the shield out there real quick. Because, yeah, this design is real good. Like, it's very cool how in keeping with the map, the shield design is here. Like, obviously, I should not be saying this like it's some crazy achievement. I think that it really shouldn't be seen as some kind of crazy achievement. But again, in the context of the sort of stuff that we're used to at this point, I'm going to celebrate any kind of custom stuff that we get. Just period. I'm going to do it. You can't tell me otherwise. Also, what a crazy boss design. Like, what were they thinking? What were they smoking? What kind of sleep paralysis demon looking ass is this? I kind of feel like the escargot might not be the gun for the job. This is the gun for the job. Where's it gone? Is it dead? Oh, I guess it's dead. Cool. It's dead. Oh, thank you. Little casket of fire sale. Don't mind if I do. I still do think that the handling of Black Ops 4's launch could have been so different. I feel like there was a world where that could have been very, very different. I remember talking to Jason Blundell at the pre-release event about just sort of expectation management and like his place in the community and where he had kind of ended up as that figurehead of the zombies community. And it was a really interesting conversation because he had really different opinions on a lot of this stuff, or that stuff, sorry, to me. And so like there were certain things that I was sort of suggesting that he was very reluctant about, and there were other things that he was like, well, I don't sort of see the need for that kind of thing. And I mean, it didn't take long. A couple weeks later, the need for it became a little bit more clear. But certainly at the time, it was just like, it just didn't feel like there was a need for those sorts of like community management practices, I suppose. And I see things that Treyarch struggled with in Black Ops 4 still present to this day. Like, there are just things that they've always found quite difficult when it comes to zombies communication. And I think part of that comes from the fact that we can't even communicate within ourselves, like fan to fan, let alone having a company involved. And zombies also has always been that counterculture that I talked about in my other video that I actually don't think I've posted yet. It's going to come out after this one. So I've got a counterculture theory coming out soon. You'll have to click through and watch that. I'll link it at the end of this video. But because of that sort of counterculture nature, it's like, how do you market something that's within Call of Duty, the biggest entertainment release of the year every year, that is like a massive capitalist machine, while also simultaneously trying to subvert Call of Duty's own typical motives and goals? That is not an easy thing to do by any stretch of the imagination. It's very difficult to do, in fact. And so I have sympathy for the devs that struggle with it, but from someone that's like so heavily immersed and making content about it 24/7 and all this sort of thing, it's difficult sometimes not to be like, why can't they just do X, right? And obviously that's the sort of thing I was saying to Jason that day. Oh Jesus, that was close. Oh, it's not over yet though. It's still close. I mean, I'm fine, but like, still spooky business. Goodbye. But yeah, like, evidence, case in point, is Jason's approach to what I was sort of saying that day. And I remember talking with JC about it, and we both were giving him feedback at the same time, and talking about the jug changes and just a bunch of other stuff in the community. But it's clearly not that easy for them for whatever reason, and that's something that I will continue to kind of transparently criticize, but with the best of intentions, because I want it to be better for us all in the future. And I think if they do figure it out, zombies is going to be such an unstoppable force, because like, look at this experience. This is Call of Duty. Just like, look around. This is COD. This doesn't feel like COD. How the hell did this and this end up in Call of Duty? It's a wild thought. It's truly just bizarre to think about. And so this, combined with that sort of marketing arm and that community management angle that really feels like it's just checking all the boxes for the community, that would be a force to be reckoned with. It would be scary. So I dream of that day, and I will continue to give feedback as best I can to try and sort of help get people's voices out there, like people in the community's voices who otherwise aren't really being heard, like the video I made the other day on my whiteboard talking about all the different groups in the community and their needs and stuff. Part of the reason I did that is just because it's so easy for the consensus to feel like, well, in fact, for there to just feel like there is a consensus when in fact there is not. And there is never a consensus at any time. And so you'll have some people that will say, oh yeah, zombies YouTubers are really out of touch because they're so focused on round-based and they don't like Outbreak. And then you'll have people that like Outbreak that are like, I just want more Outbreak style experiences and I don't really care about round-based. And then the round-based guys are like, okay, well, that's nice, and I'm glad you're getting what you want from the game this year. Like, Modern Warfare Zombies is more of an Outbreaky experience, but then the round-based people don't feel spoken to, and then when Treyarch is trying to speak to the round-based people, they do a really bad job of it, as I've talked about in my videos recently. Like, it's a tricky position to be in, and Black Ops 4 was one of the first times that tricky position really became very obvious, I think, to all of us, and the project is ongoing to get to a point where they've really kind of cracked that code, I think. But anyhow, the game is 5 years old today. Let me know, what's your favorite memory of Black Ops 4 Zombies? And did you enjoy this new kind of style of playing a little bit of zombies and doing some sort of live comm as I played through? Drop a like if you did enjoy it, and if you're new here, consider subscribing. While you're clicking the button, there's a whole video right here that you can click through to, like I said a minute ago, for more zombie stuff. Like, it's right there. Go ahead and click it. I'll see you there.